The Persona series is celebrating its 20th year anniversary, and Persona 5 seems to be the perfect entry showing how far the franchise has come around. The game takes a little something from each past title to make a brand new adventure-filled package that will be considered a classic in the future. Story-wise, Persona 5 takes a darker overall tone, especially compared to Persona 4. While Persona 4 did have its fair share of dark moments, everything seemed more upbeat and positive with a message of identity. The main theme of Persona 5 is freedom. But before you can be free, you have to escape enslavement. This is a theme throughout the game's story. From the start, you are arrested and telling the investigator how you got into the situation of being a phantom thief, giving the story an unusual suspect's twist to the narrative. Once you settle into the game with the protagonist getting expelled from his high school, sending you to Shojin Academy in Tokyo. From here on out, you start figuring out that all these people in power might contribute to school or society, but there is something dark lurking in their hearts. One of the things that Persona series always excelled at is having fun dialogue, interesting characters, and having something to do so you never feel bored. This game continues the tradition, though some of the negatives from past games continue in this one. For example, most of your dialogue options really mean nothing on how the story moves. It's usually 3 different ways of saying the same thing. Player choices is something I would love to be taken serious in the next installment. The game has 2 types of gameplay. First, the regular high school daytime gameplay and its Phantom Thief dungeon crawling elements. During the day, you will make friends, go to school, get a part-time job, start a romantic relationship, go to the movies, go to the arcades, and many more options. All these activities will gain you stats, which will help you unlock more options. The dungeon crawling aspects of the game have you going into a person's palace. A palace is a manifestation of the person's dark desire. The dungeon crawling maps have changed in Persona 5, now offering more climbing, jumping, and even hiding behind cover to get the first hit on your enemies. The game's battle system uses a rock, paper, scissors elemental approach, a bit like Pokemon titles. If you hit an enemy's weak point, they fall down. Hit the whole team and you get options like all-out attack, ask them for money, ask them for items, or ask them to join you. In asking them to join you, you have to convince them through conversation. Only the main character can have more than one persona, and you can even combine them to create brand new personas. It's very important that you have as many unique elemental personas if you plan to survive in this game. While some might fight me over this, I really like the way the game tried to save the player's time by making some aspects automatic. For example, if you already found a weak spot of an enemy, you can just press R1 in the battle and it will choose the right attack for you. This saves a lot of time, and obviously having a game that's 60 hours long, you want to save some time, especially with the quick traveling during the day, as long as you visited a place before. While Persona 5 won't be competing against Final Fantasy 15 in terms of graphics, what it does do well is its bold art style. The game has a 3D anime cel-shaded look, great character designs, and very artistic transitions. Even the loading screens are awesome. Now that is saying something. While the game is developed for the PlayStation 3 and was ported to the PlayStation 4, I can't say that the PlayStation 4 is the definitive version. The game has crisp 1080p image, no slowdowns, and runs at 30 frames per second. While most of the game looks fine, I did encounter some random places where the graphics look really bad, and thankfully it's not a regular thing. The only thing that annoyed me graphically was how random walking civilians popped into view, something that is distracting at first, but once you quick travel it doesn't really matter. One of my favorite things about Persona games is its incredible soundtracks the games have. This one continues the tradition, offering great acid jazz tracks, pop tracks, and even songs with weird Japanese sung English vocals. Some of the moments in the soundtrack reminded me of something out of a 90s Japanese game, when publishers used to be unique with their music, and you could get some of the strangest, catchiest soundtracks of all time. I give Persona 5 a 8. Persona 5 sizzles with addictive gameplay, great soundtrack, and stylish graphics. The game will drain 60 hours of your life and you'll last for more. If you want to read the whole review, head over to SEGAbits.com. If you want to support this channel, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Like always, thanks for watching.
Where have you been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without a clue. without a sign, without grasping